Oh my goodness. Look who I bumped into in New York. He's coming to get me. Look at that. Superpowers are coming together.
Look at this. Look at this. The Dark Council coming together.
That's right. So we're gonna.
Yeah. Welcome to the rebellion, bitches.
Mark with a C has finally entered the building. The one and only the Lord Commander himself is in the building as well.
Drunk 3PO, the man, the myth, the legend. The man from the Cave of Wonders at 5 arrived, making it happen. You know, shout out to Fatal J. We love and miss you, brother. Welcome to the rebellion, bitches.
We got some stuff, and we got some donuts we can get out. And if you miss,
Yeah.
we got a little comment. And I was just like,
So we're gonna.
Welcome to the rebellion, bitches.
we're all here. Look at that. We are all here waiting for you.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Dark Council. And yeah, it's been 2 weeks already. I know. Actually, these 2 weeks went by pretty fast. But for the longest time, in a while, look at me. That's right. I am the captain. That means I'm running the show. And you already know it's gonna get crazy. That's right. So come on in, everybody. Let's go. You know what the deal is. You know how Wednesday night get down. Come on. All right, get into your seats. Get your favorite drinks. You know, the iced tea, soda. Hit that hard liquor and get blazed up. But before YouTube get crazy with all these changes, I always let people know this is TVMA. That's right. It's not for the kids. It's not for the grandkids. It's not for your grandma. It's not for your great grandma. It's not for anybody that can't handle the hoo-hoo and hoo-ha. Nope. These are the people that is adult certified. So you already know what it is. Get your badass kids into the room. That's right. Tell them it's time to go to bed. Good? All right. And just for clarification, This show is brought to you by the Good Times of Good Rich. When you got to get away from your baby mama, the IRS, street thugs, Good Rich is the tires for you. All right, God damn it. All right. Yeah, we're going to have that sometimes. You know how I go. All right, let's do it. One time for your mind. Two times for the line. I'm bound by the old laws and the old code to explode on my foes and show them how we flow. The serum circles the earth that speeds to a tense. Hit you harder than the liquor that gets you all bent. You're feeling yourself though like you're in control, but we the cats who hold shit down on the low. Hurt your feelings, not to mention your methodology completely refined the way I rhyme off this beat. Is there any other live stream that do what we do? Give you pop culture news and party with you? Nope, I don't think so. Slow up your roll. Let the professionals take control of your soul and give you that good feeling that you really need. Let us proceed to set your mind and soul free. The Dark Council is the premier show. Every Wednesday night, tell everyone that you know. So you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we rock, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we ride, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we ride, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
It's been a minute since the Dawn SLR. Bless the mic and rep the Dark Council squad. Sorry for making you wait for a whole week to get the good shit that was blessed by the streets. The best show on YouTube is live worldwide. You wanna see what's up? Well, you better come inside. Kick your kids out the room, have a seat, relax. Drink a beer with your sexy ass girl on your lap. You be watching the show while your girl watches us. You be so entertained, she be wanting to fuck. Yo, tell me if I'm wrong. Yo, you wrong, Apple Nas. Turn around and see a lady take off her bra. On Wednesday night, we're here to give the news. And when you come through, you know what to do. The streets is begging Dark Council for help. They want to see the legends up here, yes, with the belt. Cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we ride, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we roll, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we rock, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
The righteous man was hungry, baby. The righteous man was hungry, baby. You choose proper Noah as a righteous man. To the disbelievers in my man I'm constant. Baby, let the cock I put it on dry sand. So here's our judges and a flip on the land. Each and every day, your man get colder. No man can live just to age of Judah. But who this man, they call the Medusa. Me set upon the Bible and say take it further. The story of Pharaoh and his followers. The Israelites that want to eat the Passover. Were deep in a session in South Africa. The Dark Council like Mandalorian. The lyrics of my child, them a cure cancer. And every human, them a feel much better. For Uganda, all the way to Russia. And all who boy living in America. Coming on my far with my mate, take a kid. My walk on the human and say easy with it. I suck a liquor patient, I'ma get no panic. The doctor make a call about in the liquor stitch. Best me America, me when I'ma get sick. Me beside man, I make a physical sick. Cause I know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we ride, cause I know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we ride, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how we ride, cause you know we got
more action, more excitement.
That's how you know, cause you know we got
more action, more
cause you
excitement.
know, really know.
More action, more
Dark
excitement.
Council will control your soul.
More action, more excitement.
That's how we rock, cause you know we got
More action, more
we
excitement.
got already know we starting off heavy. But if you really want to know, so do you really want to know what I'm asking to have to know? Or if you really have to know. Whoa. Haha. The sun circles the earth, the speed's too intense. Hit you harder than the liquor that gets you all bent. You're feeling yourself though, like you're in control. But we, the cats who hold shit down on the low. You know in the chat that you're looking sublime. We're chilling out and you have a good time. Lord have mercy, cause you know how we grind. The knowledge that we shine is always so divine. And this is what we do in the week that we rock. Haters be hating, but we're not gonna stop. Get this on lock every time that we drop. Knowledge on a clown when we up in the spot. Skip to my loo, cause you know what it do. Stand and salute to the badass crew. Fire upon, yes, so I keep so cool. Act like a fool and you not get the truth. You don't want none of this. I'm up here yelling, the council's up in this bitch. You all know how we ride, and boy, it's no surprise. Because walk with a C, he will survive. My brother Lord Callis will survive. Lord Commander, he will survive. Regiment Doge, he will survive. Drone TPO, he will survive. Lorena Grebo, she will survive. 19K Fox, he will survive. Your brother Abunas, true I and I. Council, baby. You're about to blast off. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another crazy episode of the Dark Council. And yes, we are back to the place where we put all the sick people that deals with the bullshit in their place. That's right. The Abu Nas Rehabilitation Center. And boy, oh boy, this is the summer of putting people in the capacity. So welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. I am so glad to see you here. I want to give big shouts to all of the early people, because people may be coming in late. Jay Han in the building. Star Killer, Sith Lord, the lovely Lady Marine. Dark Shadow 308 with Keely Chow on the check-in. And we ain't gonna talk about our awesome A2D2 Moderator Supreme. Hello. And of course, the lovely Dawn Howard. Yes, you are not the only late person, of course. Let's see who else is here. Kai Vin. Wait a minute. See, I'm getting like fatal right now. Kai Vin 8 Miss. 8 Miss. Okay.
Or Venomous.
Venomous. That's probably a little bit better right there. Mike Has Bad Knees is in the building. Keck 44. Man, we got all the regulars coming in through. Oh, it's the lovely Tracy. Tracy, we haven't seen you in a minute. So glad to see you, honey. Oh my goodness. Matt G in the house. And of course, the lovely Becky Browan, one of our oldest supporters, always on point, always supporting. So happy to see you. Mo Monty, what's going on, everybody? At my son's youth football practice, but wanted to say a quick hello and enjoy the evening. Enjoy the football practice, my brother. Yeah,
it's that time again.
Yep. Might as well get the your talent, the talent agent, man. He might be coming into the NFL, man. That's ching. That's ching money.
You never know.
Mac G. Okay, and I guess of course the lovely OG Star Wars popped in to say hi. Getting ready to do some yoga classes. You know, whip up the yoga acolytes into shape. And I think that is about it. Oh, the Muslim uncle is in the house. All right. Salam, my brother. Good to see you. And okay. Oh, wow, my man, Maximus in the house. Bro, I'm up here chilling. It's weird for me to be hosting the show after so long. You know, almost got me looking like Fatal J talking about boo boo. But we're not doing that here, so don't worry.
Yeah, Fatal's not going to be joining us tonight. He's having toilet bowl trouble this evening, and we just wish him well, and please respect him in this difficult time, and you respect his privacy. But he's okay, and he will be back.
That's right. Tidy Bowl is strong. Force is strong with Tidy Bowl. It's all good. Big Afford Entertainment. And Zoe, what's going on, brother?
What up,
Jules
Zoe?
Knight. Yo, yo, yo. And we have Jason Star. Oh, my neck is killing me. It's Star Naker. Okay. But you know what? I'll give you A for creativity. But I'm gonna call you Jason. We can't get through the last we can't get through the last name. So sorry. And of course, Markrell is in the house. Sorry, pal. Have you in the background while playing Baldur's Gate number 3. Nah, man, it's all good, man. Storm the castle. You know, just if you want to listen through, like I said, we're gonna keep you in stitches tonight, brother. Trust me. And yep, and that's about it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the how should we say, the throes of well, what are we on the agenda first?
Well, before we dive into that, I want to just give a few community notes right now.
Oh yeah, please do.
Since we're here in our house here, you know, I do want to say congratulations to the lovely Lorena Creole, you know, for her landmark, you know, her milestone. Even though you're about to hit 6 now, but
I know, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We're celebrating 5,000 subs.
Salute
so,
to
congratulations, young lady.
Thank you.
And of course, Abu Nas celebrating a birthday. What was it, last week? Yeah,
last week. Yeah.
These are blessings.
We
got to get that like right off top.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, like I said, the August people was rocking the spot. OG Star Wars was right after mine. So big happy birthday to her as well. And of course, the man of the hour's birthday is coming up next week, even though it'll be a bye. But I know he'll probably put something together if he's not out on the road. But yeah, we are really looking forward to seeing you all at the meet and greet in New York City in October. And as I, you know, always love to put the clips of our first coming together, you know, back in, what was it, 2022? Was it 2022 or
2021, I think.
2021, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't last year.
It's been that long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it, though, but it was a magical event, you know, and we're going to try to recapture that magic this year coming up as well. But we are waiting for the Lord Commander. Shout out to my brother Fatal J. We miss you, brother. Handle your business.
Even though he just dropped the video, so I don't know, Fatal. You know, I just got a notification, so Fatal's taking care of business. He's not here.
You can't say that though, because he could have scheduled it. I scheduled all mine for 5 p.m.
Oh, okay.
I he's not that efficient
Saturday
though.
And Sunday, and then I scheduled it
He's
for
not
the
that
whole week.
He's moonlighting, is what he's doing. Shout out to Fatal J.
I know he's sitting up here like he probably felt happy to have a break of just hosting, you know. He's been really holding the ship down for a minute. So, but like I said, we ain't gonna have no internet problems on this channel right here. So, yeah.
No.
But we are in the how should we say, the era of the declining movies and TV shows to put it in fact. So I don't know. It doesn't look good for the superheroes and all the other heroes that they add. But we're going to add this over here. Ahsoka's latest trailer featuring new dialogue from, yes, our boy Hayden Christensen.
And what else would he be saying other than, I know you can do this, Ahsoka? That's what they brought him in for. He's a cheerleader now.
I know.
He's running a pep rally.
The latest teaser trailer for Disney, Ahsoka, is an exciting one as it features new dialogue from Hayden Christensen and Anakin Skywalker, teases his obvious importance for the upcoming Star Wars series. The trailer begins with Ahsoka speaking to Ray Stevenson. Rest in peace, by the way. This was his final project. So, if anything, I'm hoping that he does a good job, but he had a great filmography, and he was really one of those guys that really committed to role. Wasn't he the Punisher? I think
he was. He did a Punisher movie, didn't he? Yeah,
I believe so. Warzone, I think. Was it? And if you got guys and gals in the chat, if you remember, Ray Stevenson played the Punisher. Was it Warzone or was it something else? My brain is fuzzy behind it. But since he's in there, and who says everyone in the order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became. As he speaks, we catch glimpses. We catch a glimpse of Christensen's Anakin Skywalker from Episode 5 of Obi-Wan, and then his first seconds as Darth Vader. So that's pretty much it. It's not the.
Want me to run the clip?
Here go, roll the clip.
There you go. Kick it.
Everyone in the order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became.
By the end of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him and the Jedi.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you. I won't always be there to look out for you.
I could use the help. Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Don't be afraid. And trust your instincts. I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
And there it is.
Lame.
I mean, it was still. I mean, it was still the same clips that the previous trailer had. So it just had Hayden Christensen's voiceover, which can get you into your feelings if you're really that dedicated to the prequels like I am. And I always loved Hayden Christensen. I always said that he got a bad rap. He did everything that George Lucas asked him to do, and he did it. And he did it in such a way that even the people, after the sequel trilogy just, ripped a new hole in our hearts and our memories. Now we look at the prequels with better eyes. Like, you know what? This thing was fire. we seen what the worst was. Now we get it. And like I said, I'm glad Hayden Christensen is getting the accolades that he deserved, because he did the damn thing. And I've said that even when the prequels was going on. But is he gonna save this thing?
Why is he here though? I mean, it's over. You know what I mean? It's like he got his ass burnt up. He's Darth Vader now. So why are we still seeing Hayden Christensen? They're just trying to milk it, man. That's all they're doing. And that's the problem. Like, what is the conflict here? That's what I'm wondering. Ahsoka is of no consequence to this story, ultimately. This is just another Kenobi situation, a story that shouldn't be told. What purpose does it serve? Like, I need to know. They're not showing me anything. Yes.
I question, and I'm not being facetious, because I didn't know anything about Ahsoka whatsoever. Shouldn't she have bought it in Order 66?
Yes, George.
About
Lucas,
1,000 Jedi should have bought it, but
I thought there was like hardly any.
The purpose of Ahsoka, according to George Lucas, was that during the Clone Wars, he wanted him, Anakin, to have a Padawan, but he explicitly said that she is only there to further Anakin's story, you know. And during the Clone Wars movie, and then subsequently the series, I didn't have a problem with Ahsoka during the series because I knew what George intended her to be, just a placeholder towards the end, and she's just got to get the axe, because that will alone, you know, show that Anakin's, you know, turn to the dark side will be complete. You know, if you kill your own apprentice,
which makes sense. I mean, if he whacked all the younglings that were in there,
he had no problem giving Ahsoka the business. You know, I know Dave Filoni tried to do that or show some of it in Rebels, which I did watch, and like I said, I can't stand Filoni.
I'm trying.
But I at the very least appreciate the fight and some of the dialogue, some of it. But that's as far as I go, because if anything, that wasn't supposed to happen at Rebels. That was supposed to happen when Order 66 happened, period. So now here we are. Now Filoni got the World Between Worlds, which was the cheat code, do time travel, what have you, and have her in the Rebel universe, which I have not watched. I only watched the first episode and a little bit of the second episode. And, you know, Freddie Prinze Jr., who was Kanan, like I said, he was getting on my fucking nerves. And then when I realized it was Freddie Prinze Jr., it made perfect sense. And I just said, you know what? This is garbage. I am not watching it. They went for 5 seasons. Did they have 5 seasons or 4 seasons? Callis?
I don't remember how many seasons there were offhand.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking they had more than 3, I think.
Yeah. I watched them, but I can Google it real quick.
Okay.
I think Star Killer Sith Lord is making a good point too. He's saying, so Anakin came to Ahsoka, but didn't warn Luke about the First Order or that Sidious was alive. Okay. Yeah. What kind of sense does that make? If Anakin's going to get in people's ear as a Force ghost, I'm imagining, like, why didn't he present himself as a Force ghost to Luke? We already saw that Luke saw him at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So you think at some point, Big Daddy Annie would have come to Luke and said, get off your ass, man. You know, this is not what we do. What up, Raging Rhino?
I didn't have the chance to fact check myself, but when I was the first time I heard that,
5? It was 5?
Yeah, it was 5.
Wow.
The first time I heard that voiceover, it sounded close to what Anakin says to Ahsoka in season 7 when she's training inside that bubble against all of the clones.
Yeah.
So they may, and I got to fact check myself. I didn't go back to watch it, but that's what that reminded me of, is the speech that he gave her when she was learning to fight against all of the clones, because he said, you're not going to just be fighting droids in this war. So, but I didn't have the chance to go back and check to see if it lined up, you know, completely. But anyway, it just sounded to me more like she was remembering that conversation than him coming to her. Yeah. Coming to her now.
The cartoon in live action.
Exactly.
Oh, joy. Oh, joy.
Well, whatever you put into the cartoon, I guess Filoni's ideology is that, okay, I'm just going to continue the Rebels line of thinking by putting Ahsoka in it, but then he already put the cat out the bag with Admiral Thrawn or what have you. So, but then it's going to be mixed up with Mandalorian shit as well. If they do another season of Mandalorian, who the hell knows? So they doing their own MCU connect the dots type thing. I'm assuming.
Yeah, something to just inspire her remembering that time, because that was a tough time. And if he hadn't taught her or stayed on her about her training during that scenario, because I mean it was tough. She was faced with the 501st. So if she didn't go through that training, she wouldn't have succeeded. And so the way that I perceived it was simply her recalling that and her about to face those same odds right now.
Okay.
And her just recalling her training. That it didn't seem to me like it was Anakin in the now talking to her. I could be wrong, but that's just how I perceived that snippet.
Well, they do got Hayden Christensen in there, so at some point we're gonna see him and have him or have him talk to Ahsoka. At I don't know what point will it be, but it has to be way before Rebels started. So this is Anakin before Darth Vader. So outside of that, I don't have like I said, no knowledge of the Rebels crew because I didn't watch it. But for those that watch Rebels will probably be right at home, knowing that whatever it is that they left off when their series ended, they're just continuing on and have Ahsoka in the middle as the star. So I know I would be totally lost because I don't know who's this person and who's the girl with the thing down, and I don't know these people. All I know is that why is Ahsoka still alive after Order 66? You know?
And that's my issue that I have with it because, I didn't really read that many EU novels, didn't watch Filoni's Clone Wars. I watched Gennady Tartakovsky's version, haven't watched Rebels. So with just my movie knowledge and I see that trailer, I'm like, why is she still alive?
Agent Rhino said, based on the trailer, when did Ahsoka walk away from Sabine? When did Ahsoka interact with Sabine for Ahsoka to say she's just as stubborn as she ever was, talking about her? Okay, so yeah, it was almost like she was. I knew she was like a guest star in Rebels, like towards the confrontation that she had with Anakin.
Yeah, I mean, they could just be filling in gaps right now because remember, I mean, this could be filling in the gaps from Rebels, right? The end of Rebels. I'm talking about Ahsoka's interactions with Sabine, with Rebels and this time period now. And because we don't know what was going on during that time period, there's no comic or novel that speaks to what Ahsoka was doing during that time period, right? I mean, we have the Ahsoka novel, then we have Clone Wars, and we have what else do we have so far that brought back Ahsoka?
Well,
Mandalorian, yeah, but we don't have anything that fills the gap between what she was doing or how she was associating with the Rebels crew during that time period.
And why should we care? Like, I mean, if like for people, for somebody like me who didn't watch Rebels, is there anything do you think that's going to be in this show? Like for people like me, like
if you for somebody like you, I would say, I mean, and this is no shade at all, but I'm just saying no. If I were you, Mark, I would pass. I'm just being real. Like for me, it makes sense because I just consume for the lore. If I like it, I like it. If I love it, I love it. If I don't, I don't. It just is what it is. But I don't go in with any preconceived ideas of what I want it to be or what it should be. I consume what it is that was given to me. If I like it, I don't like it. If I like it, I like it. Because it's not going to be what it was.
Well, I mean, and you know what? That is actually something I've come to accept. But my thing is, I accepted that going into The Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I watched The Mandalorian, I thought that I knew what I was going to get. I was curious about it. I was interested. We were going in a different chapter and things like that. I'm like, okay, let's see what's happening here, But with this, I have no direction whatsoever to go with. I have no idea what's going on here. You know what I mean? Like, I know she's supposed to be a apprentice of Anakin, but I don't know where her story is supposed to go. Like, what is she doing that is of consequence to the larger story, since she is involved in the Skywalker saga?
Right.
And they said they were going to abandon the Skywalker saga, but here we are, bringing back Anakin, you know, talking about Luke Skywalker again and all of that. Like, what are they doing?
How do you abandon
I wouldn't
the
necessarily
Star-
call this the Skywalker saga. I mean, if you mean the timeline or during the time period, you could say that they would abandon the entire time period. But the saga itself, there's, you know, you can branch off from the saga itself.
Yeah, but Ahsoka
you know,
wouldn't
even
exist.
in that time period.
She wouldn't even be of once again of any consequence if it wasn't for the Skywalker angle. So that's what I mean. She's kind of entangled in that. So to me, this is kind of like a cheap move on their part, especially considering that the whole Thrawn thing was part of the EU. That was that's a story that should have been a whole different thing. But they said they were going to abandon that stuff, but here they are bastardizing it for their own financial gain and putting it out there like this is what it is today. Accept it. You know, this is not a good reward for people who have been following these stories, you know, to just say, fuck what you guys knew before. Just accept what we're giving you now. But we were passionate about this. This is the reason why you bought Star Wars back, because you knew that people were passionate about it and they wanted to share it with their kids and generations and stuff like that. But then you go in and remix it, but you don't put the soul in it. I can understand if you remixed it and all that. I can accept that, you know, but so far, a lot of what they're doing has been soulless.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and you know, I don't think it's wrong to you know, to voice that. You know, it could be a lot better. That's all I'm saying. It's like, give us something that feels epic again.
You know, the chat is on fire tonight. They are literally breaking this shit down scientifically. We got Rage and Run. It's not Ahsoka surviving Order 66. It's all the other Jedis that survive now.
The problem with that, though, Rage, and I feel you, but the problem with that is anytime you go beyond episode 6, that's when that becomes problematic. Because even if you dive into the EU, Jedi survived, and it's even written that hundreds of Jedi survived, and that's EU lore. Hundreds of Jedi survived Order 66 during that time period. So that's not off of. I mean, as soon as you move away from the movies, because it was literally Revenge of the Sith that left us feeling that, damn, they slaughtered all of them motherfuckers, you know. And if that's where it should have stopped, to make, because that's how it felt, right? When you watch Revenge of the Sith, you get the understanding that Order 66 was a success, just based on the entire council being slaughtered, aside from Yoda and Obi-Wan, right? You feel like, holy damn, they won. Like, the grand plan was executed, and
they did win, but unfortunately, the seeds, you know, was planted. But I do not like the fact that if George Lucas told you that she only had that shelf life, and now that you don't have to be beholden to the maker or the creator of this character, that you could do whatever you want with it. And Ahsoka was his baby from the first. So now I don't have to listen to George Lucas, who says this person needs to stay dead because you don't have this person in the mix, where the Rebels timeline goes creepingly close to the Skywalker timeline, you know, because you cannot, you know, tell anybody within the, even if you love the Ahsoka and all the Disney bullshit, what is she doing up until the point where she disappears from the entire New Hope Empire and Return of the Jedi? She was nowhere around. Now all of a
Can y'all
sudden,
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
What up, Big?
Hey, Jedi.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
I'm driving home right now.
Okay.
I
Car
was.
video.
I just
Here
wanted.
you go.
Yeah, car video. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to pop in real quick on my way home because I heard y'all talking about, the big contention I see everybody talk about is that, how many Jedi survived Order 66. But the one thing we have to understand, like I heard Callis say that before I jumped on, is that even in the EU, yes, Jedi survived. The thing that everybody forgets is that the whole point of Revenge of the Sith, of Yoda and Obi-Wan going to the temple, was to tell the Jedi to stay away. Now, here's the trick to that. Yes, there were Jedi that survived, but none of them could compete with Vader or the Emperor. So that's why it was only up to Luke or Leia. Those were the only two that would be able to step up to the Emperor or Vader. So all this other stuff, to me, is just filler. That's what it just seems like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it just seems like.
But since they asserted or inserted Ahsoka in the Mandalorian after the fact, so whatever this series is, it literally, and I'm gonna be honest, this series does not need to happen, because whatever happens in the end, so whatever that you're doing, you're gonna fucking disappear for maybe a 20-year period or so after the fact, fighting the Empire, where you should have been doing in the first place, because I guess this show will take us
Exactly. Yeah, you got to remember. Well, since you didn't watch Rebels, so close of Rebels, remember Rebels leads up to A New Hope. So when you're saying that, where's Ahsoka during that A New Hope to the through Return of the Jedi up until she meets Luke in Mandalorian, what the hell was she doing? Well, that's what this can, and they can't tell us now because obviously this is the same time period as Mandalorian, but it can indicate why or how it was that she was interacting with Sabine and training Sabine. Now I hope that Sabine is not force sensitive. That would change things a little bit, because I think they need to maintain, not that Mandalorians cannot be force sensitive, don't get me wrong, but never was it brought up during the Rebels season, even when she was training with the Darksaber. So her being force sensitive, I think, would derail some things. But if she's just training her in the art of combat, and in so doing, that's the reason why they're labeling her master and apprentice loosely, then I understand that. Sort of the same way that Leia or Jaina went and trained with the Mandalorians in the EU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the Mandalorians can take it to the Jedi without having being forced.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So if they're playing that angle, I'm good. I don't want to see her being able to pick up Ezra's lightsaber because she's force sensitive. I hope that they play more to the angle, because during that show, they were sort of alluding to the fact that they had a crush on one another, Ezra and Sabine. So maybe she's holding the lightsaber as a relic, and the interactions between, because also Ahsoka, there's in one of the cartoons, I don't remember what the name of those little offshoot cartoons that Disney did, but we have a little 5-minute episode or so of Ahsoka actually working with and training Ezra. So maybe it's just playing with the idea of Sabine's connection with Ezra, Ahsoka's connection with Ezra, and Ahsoka being the a training Sabine during that time period, but not that she's training her to be a Jedi.
She shouldn't be able to anyway.
Yeah.
She's not a Jedi.
She is not a Jedi.
Yeah.
She's not a Jedi
behind this shit. Unfortunately, Filoni has a very short memory when it comes to how the Clone Wars that like I said, he was a part of, that in that episode, Ahsoka willingly left the Jedi Order for whatever her reasons was, in terms of the Jedi doesn't hold the ideals of some bullshit. So, and Anakin was trying to tell her, no, don't leave. We can fix this and blah, blah. No, Anakin, I got to find my path. So she left. So
well, hold on one second. OG, I hear you. And sometimes you got to remember they mince words, or they play with words to try to get us incited by, how they posture certain things. But if you recall, like anytime, like, for example, Grievous, right? Dooku trained him in the ways, quote unquote, of the Jedi, right? So there are Jedi forms that she could be going through the forms with her and teaching her the ways of combat, Jedi combat, and maybe that's what he's sort of playing on. Hopefully, I mean, we won't know until we see it, but that's just the way that I look at it. That I'm hoping that she's not force sensitive, and that they stick with the fact that she's Mandalorian and she's embraced her Mandalorian heritage, and the Mandalorians have always been a tough fight, if you will, for the Jedi, and that she's just training her to be that much more of a combatant when it comes to fighting the Inquisitors, because during that time period you would have had the Inquisitors and any other force sensitive being that they may have come up against during that time period. So maybe just giving her the edge.
Yeah.
So all of those Jedi that survived Order 66, they're just hiding out somewhere for no, like.
Well, there's some that remember, and I just dropped the video on that also, that there were some that as soon as Palpatine decreed that the Jedi were generals, there were some that left the order because they disagreed with the idea of fighting in a war. It was against the whole Jedi ideal. And that was hundreds of dissidents that they just abandoned the order. Now, granted, Vader got a lot of them, but during the Clone Wars, those guys went into hiding.
Right.
They left.
So they just wherever they went.
You also
they just
have to
watched.
remember that during that time, it didn't mean that just because that force sensitives weren't being born. And I could wake up tomorrow and have found a Jedi text and said, you know what, God damn it, I'm a Jedi. I'm gonna train in the ways of the Jedi. I'm gonna declare myself a Jedi. You may have had some of those idiots, even in I don't remember which book it was, but it was I think it was Xana that found the one that was force sensitive. What was his name? Boo, help me.
I don't know.
Are you talking about the one? You talking
Xana
about the
found
one
him.
the one who was walking around, who claimed himself to be a dark Jedi, right? I forget his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because she was, it was between him and
Cognis.
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 It was between him and her that he was going to take as an apprentice.
Yeah.
But she chose Cognis. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So you had those situations that were popping up throughout the galaxy. So it's not unreasonable to think that there were some survivors. It's just that it shouldn't be prevalent. They shouldn't be, just waking up and igniting a lightsaber, running through the galaxy.
Yeah, the whole point of the purge was to make sure Jedis were purged. Again, when they toppled the Empire, and we're going EU right now, when they toppled the Empire, then Luke went and sought them out. Then it was okay for all these Jedi who were hiding to come out, right? But during this time right now, with the Empire so prevalent, there should be none of this. I mean, even the fact that we have all these Inquisitors, like, I get that would be, I don't know if that was part of the EU law where they had Inquisitors like that, but
this is weird to me. So they were just hiding under the bed that whole time, waiting for somebody to say, "Come on out."
But that's why I'm saying, once you go beyond the first 6, it gets the waters get murky like that. Because at the end of Revenge of the Sith, you have that feeling that he exacted the grand plan. that the Jedi are no more. You know, like he said, the Jedi are no more. But
and then
when you begin to read,
Yoda
whether it be
says,
comics or novels, you see that there were survivors.
and then the interaction between Yoda and Obi-Wan, when Obi-Wan says that boy is our only hope.
Yeah.
Right? And he says, no, there is another. He doesn't say there's a bunch of these motherfuckers out here. He said, there's another.
And Mark, that's what I was saying before. I was saying there were Jedi, but none of them can compete with Vader or Palpatine. That's why it was only up to them.
Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan series. We saw Obi-Wan whoop Darth Vader's ass. He did.
Yes.
Remember, he cracked his helmet open. He could have killed him on the spot. He could have. I'm just saying. Not though they can't ignore it. That's what I'm saying. This is the story that they're telling. So I'm trying to hold them.
Well, Obi-Wan could always.
What they're saying.
You got to remember, and now this is EU. There was no Form 3 Sorasu practitioner that had ever lost. No master. Let me restate. No master Sorasu practitioner that lost in combat. It was either conceded and I'm talking about straight up lightsaber combat, just lightsaber combat. That was stated, and that was what Obi-Wan mastered.
Right. Anakin's was Form 4.
Yeah, he was more Jim So. Not Ataru. He was Jim So.
Jim So. Okay.
Yeah, but then when he became Vader, because of the suit, he also relied on too. You see a lot of Makashi in there, but there's more Form 5. With Anakin loved Form 5, so Vader adopts obviously Form 5 because he is powerful. I mean, as Darth Vader, but he does a lot of time the one-handed style as Dooku, for example, and it's a very linear style. It's more of a fencing looking style, and that's Makashi. And so but that's the reason why Obi-Wan was able to do what he did. And even in episode 4 in A New Hope, I know a lot of people give me grief for saying this, but on the Death Star that day, Obi-Wan allowed himself to be killed because he was preserving Luke. He saw the grand plan that as Yoda, because when Yoda conceded defeat, and people give me grief for this, Yoda could have beat Sidious that day. But anyway, when Yoda conceded defeat, it was because he understood that the way that the Jedi had been going in their, if we use a Last Jedi, in their hubris, they had been going about their training wrong. And he recognized that. Yoda recognized that. And so he understood that even if he beat Sidious, would it change anything? Even if he beat Sidious that day, he walked away from that fight. I know people don't agree. Some people, I don't. The way that I saw that fight, Yoda walked away from that fight because he understood that it was necessary for Anakin to fulfill that prophecy. And for Anakin to fulfill that prophecy was for his son, Luke, to redeem him. Now we're gonna get philosophical and shit. Now y'all want to start talking. So don't let me get to say. So Luke redeeming Anakin absolutely, or redeeming Vader, fulfills the prophecy. Anakin, now as a Jedi, kills himself as Darth Vader, and then as Anakin Skywalker, he destroys Darth Sidious, completely eradicating the Sith. And that is how the prophecy is fulfilled, by Anakin Skywalker.
Give me 1 second. That's a perfect segue to get to the super chat right here. Hold on. We got my brother from another mother, the one and only. The one and only. Now, what the hell did I do with it? Okay.
The one and only.
The one and only 19K Fox with the 1999. Damn, he ain't even round that thing out. He says, "Oh, hail the Dark Council and Queen Lorena." Hey, girl. My brother. Now, I was trying to get 19K Fox to come on the panel. This is a very, very interesting, how should we say, discussion. But he is on the road. So 19K Fox, God bless. And
salute,
people
Fox.
out there. We will definitely catch you in the next one.
And I'm following you, Callis. But the thing about it is that Luke and Anakin did not destroy Sidious. You know what I mean? So
listen, when we're talking to 6, I didn't even agree. I never agreed with Sidious coming back, whether it was EU or this. I just never agreed with that. I didn't like the idea of him being a clone. That to me, it diminished all of all of what Anakin accomplished, and it just took away from that story. So I never liked Palpatine returning.
Yeah.
I mean, but it did serve the purpose in the EU. I mean, I read
it served its purpose, but I didn't like it. No.
I mean, it made sense in terms of Luke's his journey. His journey to become the premier Jedi Master that he is. He was basically seduced, but Leia came in at the last and brought him back. It's that Skywalker love. Man.
That's what I don't think that was necessary, though.
Right
I don't think that was necessary, because that seduction happened with his father and Palpatine on the Death Star. That's where that seduction happened, because Luke's greatest asset, if you will, is his love for his friends, right? His downfall. And so if anything was going to turn him, it was the thought of the death of his friends, Han Solo, his sister, Princess Leia, and all of that happening in that moment at the Battle of Endor. That was the greatest moment or cause for him to turn. What happened in the EU with him purposefully making that journey, that didn't hit the same as it did for me with them on that Death Star. And him just the last straw, thinking about his friends up there walking into a trap, and that meant that Han and Lando and Chewbacca and Leia were going to die out there, was enough to make him brandish his sword, right? Yeah. At that point, and then his father stopped him, and then they went into their battle, right? And then he's chilling. He's like, you know what? I got control of my emotions. He's hiding. I'm not going to fight you, Pops. This is not my journey, right? And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna get your sister. And then what? Boom, that anger comes back. So there's no more of an opportunity for him to turn to the dark side than those 2 moments,
right?
For me. I get you. And that's why I just, the Ben Skywalker shit was bullshit to me, and that was bullshit to me. Those 2 moments were the only 2 opportunities for me to see him actually turn. Well, okay, let me say when he learned about Mara dying, and him having to chill. Yeah. Hey, this is my nephew. Spoilers for anybody, but that one was also enough.
If anything, they should have made the movie series off of that.
Yeah.
Off of that whole series. I got all the books. It was so much fire in that story. I was like, why couldn't Disney just adopt that? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. If I had seen the Emperor come back, even if it was in the movies, even if it was the EU, I would have been like, this is some bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Because watching the movies as a hardcore movie watcher, that man died.
Yep.
He was done. And it was symbolic. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hear that he came back stuff. Get me another villain, but leave that one where he's at.
Is asking a good question. Callis, how do you feel about people in the universe knowing Vader's true identity? Reva and Balon, and I'm sure Disney will come up. Reva! Really?
Yeah, I mean, that was enough. That was disappointing also. I mean, I don't understand
Nobody was
the
supposed
reason.
to know that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the reason
baloney.
for it. It sort of dilutes it, especially the the mystery behind it and the fact that they bothered to keep that such a secret. And in my opinion, there's a lot of the reason why Anakin kept his mask on. Because at any point, as talented as he was, he could have devised his something for a change for his suit that could eventually show his face. But I like to think he enjoyed how menacing that suit made him and the autonomy that it gave him to act as he was like a demon.
The rank and file was like,
yeah. I mean, so I think it was.
Man, he's not even supposed to relate to Anakin anymore. He's Darth Vader. Anakin is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but that's who he is.
Luke saw that in him, so that was why. I mean,
And also,
as soon as go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to say, as soon as he learned of the possibility, when they were making that trench run, and he felt, holy shit, this is my son. He felt that, soon as he felt, because remember, a lot of his anger and his rage was attributed to the fact that he was deceived by this person that he's now calling his master, that killed his wife and subsequently his children, or child, because he didn't know he had twins until Return of the Jedi, but his child. So that rage was part of his drive. You know what I mean? And so to see him make that connection, or rather to read him make that connection, that damn, this could be my child, and him go through, I mean, he jumped through hoops to try to figure out who the identity of that pilot was, because he felt it, but he didn't know for sure. So he had to figure that out. And
yeah, Star Killer, Rage Rhino said Star Killer, he led them as Anakin, his true identity was still hidden from the clones.
Yeah.
So he turned into the suit, and even all the droids and surgeons that worked on him was destroyed. Makes sense? You know? But then again, but all of this has been documented. And the way that, like I said, as Lord Callis so brilliantly gave us the timeline, where's these other people coming from? Why? Where? How? What is their contribution now coming into A New Hope? I mean, even Rogue One didn't even really mention them, more or less. They did their own thing. They got the plans, and we off to A New Hope. So Sabine and this one and Reva and where's this chick doing now? After she
remember, Rogue One came after Rebels, so Ghost was there. You saw Chopper in Rogue One, so that timeline matches up. Rogue One and Rebels connect.
Oh, speaking of which, the lovely OG Star Wars, who is a member for 37 months.
Nice.
37 months of a member of the Rehabilitation Center. This woman means everything to me in every way. What? She has. Yeah, I know. But she made it a point as a 37 member to put this. Abu, I see. I can't put it in a little voice, but I'll try. Abu, Andor and Rogue One are bad for your Star Wars lore health. Get rid of it. Destroy it. Yeah, I'm adding on to that because she probably would have said all of that too. But my darling, I'm sorry. I love me some Rogue One. I love me some Director Krennic and fake Moff Tarkin and said, we don't want to destroy them. We want a manifesto. I love all that good stuff. I love the little.
Is that in the movie? Is that a line from the movie? I must have been
Yeah,
asleep at that part.
I don't know. I wasn't
The
asleep on
critic
that
was
movie.
trying to
Yeah.
go all
Okay.
ham and shit, and Tarkin told him, "said No, we don't need that. This is just a demonstration, not a manifesto." I'm sorry, I just love the dialogue in that movie, and of course, Andor. What can I say? I'm an Andor whore. I'll admit it.
Even the mere name like makes me want to go to sleep. Andor.
Oh Lord.
Ugh.
Am I the only one?
I
You know
liked.
what?
No,
It's
you're
so
not.
good.
I enjoyed Andor.
Love Andor.
No, listen,
It
Andor.
looks
I
good,
told
but
you,
I can't
Andor
watch
had
it.
superior writing. It did.
I
You
know,
know what I mean?
bro. I get
It
you.
was like light years ahead of what was it? Boba Fett and all of that stuff. It
Oh,
my
was.
God, especially the Boba Fett.
But
How many
it was way
times-
too slow. It was just too slow.
I give you that. I give you that.
Yeah.
How is the badass bounty hunter gets hemmed up in his back to take? People come up to his house, just knocking him up from his back to take. What kind of madness is this? I mean,
You don't want to see
All right.
Boba Fett had a pot belly, bro. Come on, man. We didn't need to see that shit, bro. Not
In
Boba
the back
Fett.
the tank with his drawers on repeatedly.
Yo, my
getting
man,
yanked out of it.
Man had on depends. It was terrible.
dancing with Tusken Raiders. He spent half the fucking the series chilling with the Tusken Raiders, and when he finally gets to Mos Eisley, my man pot belly and all walking the street.
The thing is, when
the
he
worst
was
part-
with the Tusken Raiders, that actually during that first half, even though I was kind of like, all right, they stayed in the flashback for too long, but the time period with the Tusken Raiders,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the thought or the idea or concept behind that, because it was, as I thought what they were going to do if they were making Boba Fett this crime lord, was for him to recognize what a sense of community is with the Tusken Raiders.
Right.
But then they just take it, after they died, then they never really revisited that, because it impacted him. Like they when it was happening, or how he was feeling some sort of camaraderie with them, and he was feeling like he was becoming one with the clan. Then after everything happened, it was just like, okay, move on. You didn't see the impact that should have had, because remember, Boba Fett, he always had that sort of in the beginning. If you're looking at Clone Wars, I'm talking, as he was growing up, he was looking for the fact that he was the clone, the fact that he was with he had that sense of family, and the Tusken Raiders gave that back to him. So I liked that concept, and then they did not execute on it. It was just like, okay, this happened, that's it. That's what it should have made him flip a bitch, and him be like, you know what? My original thought process was right. Fuck these motherfuckers, and go hard body, but you never saw the impact that it had.
Yeah.
What it seemed like they were trying to build up to.
I get you.
The worst part, though, is that they had Luke kick Grogu out off camera. You know what I mean? So it's like, what was it? Yeah, so the Mandalorian took over, what was it, like 1 or 2 episodes or whatever? And that turned out to be the best 2 episodes of the show, but it didn't fit in. It created a plot hole in his own show. And it didn't recover from that, because when it came back, I'm talking about the Mandalorian, when it came back for, what was it, season 3? It wasn't good anymore, bro.
And the problem with that was that they didn't connect the dots, because then the only reason why we know is because it was during an interview that they said that there was a two-year time period. So Grogu was with Luke for 2 years, but you don't get a sense of that from season 2 to season 3. No. You don't feel that, and that is.
And how are you going to hang out? How are you going to hang out with Luke Skywalker for 2 years and still be like, no? That's Grogu. He did not learn how to talk in 2 years hanging out with Luke Skywalker, man. You have to believe that he met Han Solo at some point.
Don't make me get started on this stupid baby doll that they put in there. I hate Grogu.
The concept of it, because
lives. Like,
The merch
I'm still listen. Somebody needs to understand. Please explain this to me. How does that race live if they can't get beyond infancy in 50 years? I don't understand that. Like,
you would have fell down some stairs, all types of stuff, bro.
Long-lived species in fantasy and even in science fiction. They grow up normally and then stop. That's how you're supposed to have a long-lived species. They're not supposed to take forever to get old. They're supposed to grow up normally. So from 0 to 20, they grow up like how a human would. Once 20 comes, they stop. And it's like they stay 20 for thousands of years. That's how it's supposed to work. But I can't take that. I can't take that doll. I can't.
The other thing, though, is that we've got more than just the one species in the universe that live that long. I mean, Maz Kanata species. You have what's his name? Yariel Poof species. These are all hundreds of years. Even the Wookiees. You know,
Wookiees, and what is her name? The bounty hunter, the pale one, the vampire looking one. She's lives a long time too.
Yeah,
I believe she was
the one
she was in the EU. No. She and remember in
Huts. That's right, bro.
The Phantom Menace, the chick that had the red on when they was going through the pod racing, and she was like standing like you see, she was real pale, had the red outfit on. They had her in the Clone Wars too. She's like a vampiric type of species. They live for a long time too.
Give me one second.
That's it. Aura Singh, Star Killer Sith Lord. That's what it is. Aura
Okay,
Singh.
give me 1 second. Let me.
Well, Beckett killed her, unfortunately.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
All right, El Divino Vega, one of the badass hip hop artists that rocks the spot. I was blessed to be a part of his single there, and he tells us that Dave Baloney making more bologna sandwiches, just good enough to eat to keep you alive, but far from great food. Much love and all hail to the Dark Council. Been a minute, but love catching y'all when I can. Salute to you.
What's up, man? How you doing?
You are part of the New Gods with me and Zod Ryder. Man, we rep the Snyderverse hard. But like I said, we're in the low right now, so we're just waiting to see what may come up. And of course, I have to put this out there because this was kind of timely. She says, OG Star Wars says, damn, you truly need rehab, Abu Nas. Well, to clarify that, young lady, I always said that I am the president of the Abu Nas Rehabilitation Center.
He's not only a member, he's the player president.
Right, but I'm also a client. I was a rookie, just like you and everybody else. And I have gone and matured to the extent that I'm not taking the bullshit anymore. Rogue One and Andor, it was the only anomaly that I hold on to, even though it's not canon, even though it's not everything else that it's supposed to be, but it didn't insult my intelligence. It didn't make me feel like I need to go to sleep. It didn't make me feel like I wanted to pull my hair apart. It just gave me something that I said, you know what? If I isolate this shit, that it didn't have nothing to do with anything else, this shit was fire. That's all I'll say. But did we get to this? Yes, we did. Okay. I should have just
kind of what we've been talking about for the last hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Get it together, Abu.
Yo.
Look, I'm rusty. Okay?
It's been a minute.
Okay, bro.
Wow.
You guys are horrible.
Mark it.
See, now I gotta do like George.
I love you,
Lucas.
man.
You happy I'm gone now? You don't have Daddy to kick around anymore because this is what you get.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna. I'm actually not watching Ahsoka. I'm really not watching Ahsoka. I understand.
Whatever.
Y'all might think I watch this stuff, but I
Whatever,
am not
bro.
watching it.
Okay.
Whatever, bro.
Sure.
One of the most informed motherfuckers.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Talking about. No, I watched Rage's video. That's why I know.
Hey, yo, I do watch
watched
Rage's video.
You did watch Rage's video, and you watched it.
Make a whole live stream talking about stuff you ain't watched, bro. Come on, man.
Come on, man. You ain't fooling nobody.
Well, Rage and Rhino do break that thing down to
That's
the
true.
lowest
But
compound. Shout out
Rage
to
be
Rage
having
and
the
Rhino.
video playing though. He like, you know, what do you call that when you do it? Like slow?
EFAB.
Yeah, like an EFAB, right?
That's what I do.
And then he going, then Demasinak gonna act like he didn't watch it, bro. You just watched it.
Exactly, bro.
I didn't
Jay.
sit down in front of Disney Plus and watch it. That's what I did not do. Okay.
You had it by
OG said-
proxy. That's what happened.
Yeah, OG said Yoda is evident that Grogu should have been further along in development. He found it. Found the little merch younger than 50 years old. He should have been really talking right now.
So this exactly
we got a
this
problem,
is my
bro.
point.
Yeah.
This is the point that I'm trying to say. If Yoda was training for training Jedi, he was training Jedi for 800 years, right? So
Right.
that means that he had to have been at minimum a knight prior to 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This gives you what? How much time does it take for him to that means you want to go from Goo Goo Gaga to Jedi Knight? Like, come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I hate it. I hate that time. Listen, it'd have been okay. You put him in there. I get it. But make him a toddler, okay? Make him a toddler and have him grow up fast. Like again, the way you're supposed to do it is they grow normally and then they stop at 20. That's how
I think the problem is that it ultimately it didn't seem like there was a plan for what his purpose was. For me, I never needed Grogu. I wanted to watch The Mandalorian for the Mandalorian culture. But when you bring Grogu in and make him force sensitive, okay, all right, let's see what you got here. You then have the opportunity to exit Grogu and continue with the Mandalorian story, right? When it came to the point where the Mandalorian brought him back to his quote unquote clan, right? You have to return them to their clan and you bring him to Luke. Now you have a different story. Now this youngling can be trained by Luke and it goes off into a different force sensitive storyline, right? And now let's move forward with the Mandalorians because we never truly, they tried to deal with it, but I think they could have done a better job of giving us that Mandalorian lore that this show, I thought from episode 1 was going to deliver.
Giggles.
Yeah.
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it?
Everything.
All the evidence points to it, my friend.
Just a little slow.
Oh my God.
Oh boy, that was a good one.
Grogu was purposed to be a sales plot. You ain't never lied.
But
Much
now,
love,
Callie,
Jay.
as of the end of
thanks for coming.
As of the end of the last season of The Mandalorian, now we have what's his name, Din Djarin and Grogu chilling in the trailer park, and now the story is shifted to what's her name? She is the Mandalorian at this point. So you think maybe you're going to get the show that we were promised years ago now that they're out of it, or they seem to be out of it now. So what do you think?
But I don't. The shame with that is, and I enjoy Bo-Katan stories even from the Clone Wars. But the problem is that I think we're just going to get two storylines now, where Grogu and Din Djarin are more of the bounty hunter types, and they're just the outsiders. They're not dealing with that Mandalorian culture through their storyline, and then you will get the storyline of the Mandalorians, whether it's the new or the old Mandalorian ways, through Bo-Katan's clans.
Because they're allowed to take off their helmets. Din Djarin is still not allowed to take off his helmet. And like I said before, they said this is the way. There's only one way. But now we present it with more than one way. So it kind of like just derailed their whole.
Well, there was the whole purpose of that was new writing, the taking the helmets off, but there were always two, even more, if you will, because there were so many different clans. There were so many different Mandalorian clans on Mandalore, right? And then you have the old ways and the new ways, and the Death Watch subscribed to the new ways, where the old way was subscribe to the old ways, where Bo-Katan, what's Bo-Katan's sister's name?
Lakeisha.
Anyway, she subscribed to the new way, and that was the reason for the split, because
Satine. Yes, Satine.
Yeah.
Satine.
Duchess Satine,
Duchess,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. And even if you don't want to use Duchess Satine for, Disney canon, if you will, and you dive into even EU, there was still the two splits. There was old and new Mandalorian ways.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. What gets me with the whole thing, especially about the Grogu. Grogu was inducted into Din Djarin's clan. He's walking around without a helmet.
Well, not
I'm
inducted.
I mean,
they are the clan.
It
took, yeah.
I mean,
Star-Lord Killer, Sith Lord. You got a good point, because all of that happened during the Clone Wars. But since they got to
she subscribed. Yeah, Bo subscribed to Death Watch. Bo was Death Watch.
Mm-hmm. But of course, they're not gonna bring that up in Mandalorian. You gotta switch ways. Gotta switch.
And then it splintered again, because then she didn't agree with having what's his name? What's his name? God damn it! I'm having like weed brain right now, and I don't even smoke weed.
What about
what is his name?
Are you talking about the bald guy who fought Maul? The one who fought Maul?
No, I'm talking about actually Maul. Like, she did not agree with Maul running the clans. She agreed with
Django defeated the Death Watch.
Yeah. She wanted Maul only to serve the purpose, to usurp, or to serve in Death Watch, helping to usurp her sister. But she never wanted her sister harmed. She just did not subscribe to the ways of the new Mandalorians.
Right. All right. Well, I guess since we went around the world really talking about the actual lore that's supposed to be in place, at this point, because we started off with Ahsoka.
I agree.
Now, what Ahsoka is going to be doing, and it's going to be impacting everything that we talked about. That is, like I said, that is canon. That is going forward. She's going to be in the middle of this. Like, what do you think that this series is going to do? Before we shut down Ahsoka, because we pretty much just ran this thing to drop.
Well,
like I said,
I'm interested in the show. I'm gonna watch the show.
Because I canceled Disney Plus, so I know I'm gonna watch the first two. But after they say fuck you, you can't watch it no more, and I'm gonna say, well, fuck you too. I don't give my money to y'all. So I'm not gonna know what's gonna happen unless I'm hearing it from you, Lord Callis and Lorena and Damajanai. Yeah. Because I know Mark with a C ain't bothering.
I'm not watching the show.
I just think the purpose of it is going to fill in the gaps. It's going to give. I don't think they can go back to another animated, the way that they did for season 7 of the Clone Wars to fill in the gaps for episode 6. I mean, season 6 for the Rebels. So I think this will serve the purpose through some backstory of what happened up until this time between the Ghost crew, including Ahsoka, And the last that we saw of Thrawn and Ezra on that ship with the Purgles.
Final thoughts on
with the Purgles.
Final thoughts on Ahsoka, Demachina?
I'm sorry, what?
Final thoughts on Ahsoka? What do you think you might be?
So
I'm
what's
watching
going to
it
end
too,
up
Tracy.
happening is that they're going to piss me off, and they're going to say stuff like, "This is heir to the Empire," and they're going to put Luke Skywalker's story in Ahsoka's body, and I'm not going to watch it.
All right. Final thoughts, Mark with a C. I already know what you're going to say.
Garbage incoming, basically. That's all it is.
And go ahead, brother.
Yeah. No, I said there's always some type of distant possibility that there could be something. That there could be something here. No, because you gotta keep it real, bro. You know what I mean? It's like I had given up on Picard, and then season 3 happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I hear, and I know, and I don't want to open up that can of worms because I know a lot of people still hated it. But what can I say? It did it for me. Yeah. So I've learned to never say never. But based on Disney's track record, I got no hope for this, no feeling whatsoever. So it is what it is.
Lorena Creel, our beloved producer, your final thoughts.
I'm watching it because Rosario was in it.
Yeah, me too. That's
is
the only reason.
That is the be all to end all. I don't believe Disney is going to get deep with lore in this. I don't think that it's going to be a top notch, type of product. Just because this is Filoni's girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's really going to go off the reservation. So as a Star Wars fan, I ain't expecting anything. As a Rosario Dawson fan, I'm just looking at her badass with those 2 lightsabers. That's it.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Yeah, me, I'm only just watching it for Rosario. I want camera angles, I want ups, I want downs, I want slow-mo, I want it all. And then y'all can do whatever y'all want.
I'm just being honest. It's a complete guilty pleasure self-insert.
It is. It is for me. That's for damn sure. But at the very least, we are going to get a series that's going to turn the Star Wars world upside down. And I know OG Star Wars and Raven Rhino are literally foaming at the mouth to just dissect, destroy, dismantle, and just obliterate this series to the lowest compound. But before we get into other shenanigans, let's go with how should we say? Yeah. Let's go to commercial break.
Everyone knows all the world's a stage, but sometimes life can be pretty dramatic, and terrible pain is no laughing matter. That's why there's Milk of the Poppy. All natural Milk of the Poppy eases life's worst pains and lets you rest so your body can heal. Milk of the Poppy is not right for everyone. Talk to your maester about all of your health problems and any potions you take. Milk of the Poppy may interact with other medicines and cause serious and/or life-threatening events like low blood pressure and osteoporosis. Do not use Milk of the Poppy before riding a horse, helming a ship, operating siege equipment, or swimming. Do not warg while using Milk of the Poppy. If you have certain pollen allergies or are pregnant, you should not use Milk of the Poppy. Hallucinations and lucid dreams are common, as are dizziness, vomiting, diarrhea, and death. Milk of the Poppy may also cause numbness, headaches, drowsiness, drug dependence, fatigue, lethargy, constipation, insomnia, grogginess, rickets, sleepwalking, coma, and itchy rash. Ask your maester if Milk of the Poppy is right for you. Laugh at pain with Milk of the Poppy. If you can't afford Milk of the Poppy, the House of Black and White can help.
State Farm agents like Chris Williams here love to tell drivers how to save up to 40%. Yeah, your neighbors can tell you too. Chances are they're one of the 40 million drivers already on the road. Actually, so talk to them, and then call a State Farm agent like Chris. Yeah, sure. Or get the new Pocket Agent iPhone app.
Dude, stop fucking interrupting me! What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you have any manners? Well, are you an agent? Are you an agent?
No.
No, then shut the fuck up and let me do my job! Shit! So just call a State Farm agent like me, and we'll help you save money.
What he said.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Please don't hurt me.
Shoot up!
Interlude time, everybody. Man, oh man, oh man. This has been a crazy, crazy show so far. But I figured, yeah, let's slow it up a little bit. Get into this new song that actually it's a little older song, but I kind of like, you know, how should we say, updated to what's going on now. We're living in the era of dead IPs, and Star Wars is pretty much at the top of it. Shoot, it basically was the start of everything going downhill for all of the properties. But as it is, like I said, you know, we've already tasted defeat, but that's okay because we're gonna still scream on these little shells and bitch ass sycophants and everything else that love the Disney products. So it is what it is. I finally cut off my cord, so at least I can, you know, watch sexy ass Rosario for at least one episode, and that's about it. But well, let's get this show on the road. You want to hear it? Let's go. I'm gonna miss me some Rosario walking sexy in that Ahsoka outfit, but it's all good though. I'm staying strong. You know, let's do it. Keeping it real all day, every day. We was right from the first, that's why we stand tall. We saw how it played out and gave the proper call on what Disney Plus was overall. Another fuckboy agenda back on the ball. The real Star Wars fan was so beyond hurt to see the things they love losing all of their worth. Even though Disney ran this shit in the dirt, I still want this to be the best on this earth. I hope you're all happy cause the live stream is lit. You ain't seen nothing yet, listen to this. Yeah, abracadabra, alakazam, the Dark Council, baby, yeah, we back in the jam. Tell all our people that we love you to death. And when we rep, baby, we rep with respect. And anything we get, we devote to charity. Give the less fortunate of all things they need.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Word up.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
what?
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
That's right.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb.
Disney fake Lucasfilm.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Take my advice for everything that's worth. Exhibit too much strength, then you're bound to get nerfed. Your feet get too wet, and you're bound to go surf. The waves that get paid for staying on your turf. The centipede, his martial skills make it bleed. Lightning and thunder is the thing that I be. Handle all these clowns that be your enemy. Breathe you by so fast and choke you in your sleep. Hold it down. Don't even try to make a sound. You try to wear the crown, we'll put you in the ground. In my dreams, here's the message that I bring. Somewhere on the earth, you hear the angels sing. Brace yourself, there's no help for you here. Never fear, we got the things we will share. You guys be advised, Dark Council is a thing. Riding hard, knocking all these suckers out the ring. So, yo.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Let's die.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
what?
yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
Disney?
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Love the George Lucas for everything he made. Know that the true fans is here to save the day. But we're back on court to burn this shit fucking down. There's no way in hell you'll have me stick around to see this train wreck. Straight disrespect our old school hero, cause he had one regret. To get the band together for one last time. Give them all a chance to go out and truly shine. But no, that's too much for us to ask. So you left us with this lame group that is trash. So back to the love of the whole fandom crew. Let's get back on our job, cause you know how we do. Let's party like Arnold when he told his boy Bennett. Don't deprive yourselves some pleasure, let's finish. Salute the lieutenant and my boy in the Senate. The strong like Popeye when he go eat the spinach. Let's go.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's on the bomb, yo.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
Disney fake
yo.
Lucas.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
Fake
yo.
Star Wars.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
Fake
yo.
Star Trek.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
Lame
yo.
ass shows.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Yeah, that's on the bomb,
Garbage
yo.
movies.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
That's right. Paying customers is not having it. Both in the movies, both on television, both on streaming platforms. We're not having none of that bullshit no more. So let me wrap this up. This is Apunas, El Presidente, the born renegade that's in love with Sade. Giving God the praise every time I get paid. Hoping that just suckers wanna come make my day. Realer than real with confirmed movie deals. Even though the details is now just concealed. Trying to hit the road, yeah, one more time. For your mind, cause your brother's so far on the grind. Tell it like it is, cause there's no going back. Salute to the chaps that be having my back. All the haters up in here, who's lurking in the chat. Whether white or black, y'all can get the Bozak. Yeah, 14 killer wanna test that's the law. They're never gonna win, cause I roll with the squad. Turn your TV on and make sure it's 4K. I'm cold, cool collector, sipping on an M&A. The Dark Council. We can't be stopped. Just watch. Yes, we'll rise to the top. Let's go. Damn. I was in my bag making this joint. How about not? You still selling beats? Yeah, young blood. About 3K a pop. We even do choruses and drops. All right. You know how we get down. All right, let's get back to the show. Wait a minute, I'm the captain. I got to do this anyway. All right. But it's all good. Glad you're still here. Much love to everybody in the chat. And for those watching the replay, let's get it.
So when someone offers you drugs, you tell them Soldier Boy said taking drugs is not cool. If taking drugs is uncool, I'm the most uncool motherfucker on the planet. Fuck you.
Soldier Boy. You muted.
I was doing sign language for those for the hearing impaired. Well, we're back.
Good job.
Good job. Thank you, sir. All right. I think I may have another super chat. Thank you. Like I said, our producer is one of the best ever.
Oh, thank you.
Ever. Mike has bad knees for $2.
Fire.
Yeah, that last joint that I did, I was like, wow. I just love the smoothness of it. You can make a love song from that, you know. So, like I said, three grand a prop. You want to make love songs? Come to your boy. I got you covered.
Maestro.
So, what is up on the agenda? Oh, Code Red. Code Red, Neo, Jay-Z, Big, Nas, Abu, Nas, then Pop. There we go. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. So what's next?
Did y'all talk about the birthday? Y'all didn't talk about the birthday? Yeah.
Ooh, hip hop. That's right. Hip hop has now
hip hop
celebrated
turned 50.
50.
And I guess that was.
I did a short today during the big celebration at Yankee Stadium. Lupe Fiasco gave a shout out to my dude Vice Versus, who's no longer with us. He gave him a shout out.
Nice.
At Yankee
Nice.
Stadium, because this Vice Versus is part of the EOW, the longest running open mic hip hop. He was one of the founders of it. It's worldwide now, and he gave him a shout. So that was pretty dope that he did that at the anniversary with the birthday of hip hop. So that was pretty dope. I mean, he gave other people shout outs. He gave DMX and Nipsey Hussle, a bunch of people.
Red Tonio told him, Abu, you were supposed to be at Yankee Stadium performing for the 50-year celebration. You know what's so?
I wish I would have been there too.
Code Red, I work in the Bronx. My office is about only technically 4 blocks from Yankee Stadium. I just go up the hill. Supreme Court is there, criminal court, the DA's office, and then my office. So yeah, I should have been there. Really, I should have went there during lunch, but no, I had to go to Muhammad and get the the halal beef bacon BLT, and then I took it back. So what was I thinking, right?
Did you see? Did
But
you
I
see
know it
the
was
comment
probably-
underneath? Chico from Jinga Mafia passed it up.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
You know, Magoo passed too.
Oh, he did?
right.
Yeah.
Wow.
They saying a
What?
heart attack. Yeah,
Timberland
Magoo.
Timberland and Magoo?
Yeah. 50 years old.
Oh,
Heart
geez.
attack.
What?
Dang.
Yep.
See,
What with this?
I mean, I thank God that I made 53, but these types of things, when you hear this, it just makes me nervous.
It sounds so young, man. That's crazy.
That's the thing that's getting to me. Yeah. Rest
Too
in
young.
power, man. Magoo, oh goodness.
Sean Price, PH, a lot of people were,
Yeah, passed away young like that. Man.
yeah, super young.
You know what's so funny? I guess I was born to be an MC because I was born on the day hip hop was.
I know that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It was destined. I'd be a lyricist and a producer. So hey, man, I'm blessed to have all of this stuff and just sharing the hip hop love because it's only gonna get better as the OGs start getting older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That whole Melly Mel and Eminem thing was just crazy. That
Embarrassing
I heard
is what
he
it was.
apologized though. I heard he apologized to Eminem. So that was a smart.
That's what he
move.
should.
It did definitely where
Yeah.
he should. I'm glad Eminem didn't even think about trying to go. He would have destroyed.
You talking about Melly Mel?
Yeah.
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 I mean that
I
was a
missed
ball.
that
What
verse
was that about?
was
What was that about?
Whack-alicious.
my God, bro. Come on, if you're gonna go at him, come on, bro.
You got to. You
Melly Mel.
literally.
I
have
mean,
to
because
be-
he is OG. So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Everybody.
come on, bro. Say
Everybody.
what you want about him, but I mean, lyrically, dude.
I like Eminem. I like
Yeah,
Eminem.
I mean,
I don't.
dude can spit. So don't say what you want, but if you're gonna challenge, bring your motherfucking A game, bro.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Bring your
M could
motherfucking
pretty
A
much
game.
M could pretty much take out, I say, at least 95% of these rappers out here, bro.
Bro, where he
He's that-
said there's
he's that
now.
seven different levels to devil worship and horses' heads, human sacrifices and cannibalism. Human sacrifices and cannibalism, candles and exorcism, animals having sex with them, camels, mammals, and rabbits. But I won't get into that. I kick the habit. I mean, like, bro,
Yeah,
is
his
ridiculous.
His vocabulary is beyond what
Bro,
Melly
it's
Mel
ridiculous,
ever put
and that
out.
was dead wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
way
Like
back.
that was dead
Right.
wrong.
Yeah.
Come
Right.
on, bro.
Right.
He should be on the hip hop Mount Rushmore.
Oh
You know?
shit, he ate that.
He ate it.
It's
That
you know
shit,
when
the
he
only
came
one-
when he came out, when M came out, hip hop had gotten so freaking dumbed down, and it was so frustrating to me because that was probably a precursor to mumble rap. Like right around when he got on the scene, you know, you had Lil Wayne blowing up and everything like that, and it was just so much freaking ignorance. And brothers let their vocabulary slip. you know, because, you know, coming from New York and everything from the Mecca, it's like dudes had to be up on their lyrical game.
Had to be lyrical,
you know,
lyrical.
you
Like,
know, the wordplay, all of that stuff, and they just let it go. So when M came, of course, he ate everybody alive.
That's because at that time, New York, you're absolutely right. New York started trying to sound like the South instead of like New York.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: every hip hop show I would go to, right? I would go to a hip hop show, and like, you know, sure you have those spots where people want to, you know, they want to dance. You know, I know hip hop has its things with dancing, but me, when I go to a show, I'm like this. I'm listening. I want to hear what you're saying. Like, you gotta impress me. When I go to a hip hop show, I want to hear lyricism. I want to hear wordplay. I want to hear some punchlines, something. I don't want just want to like. I get it. Like, sure, you're gonna have something that you want to have some bop to. I get it, but everything can't be bop. It just can't. It just can't.
Yeah.
Hip hop was more than that. Hip hop was way more than just bopping around.
Our beloved producer, what else do we have on online?
Well, let's see. You want to talk Blue Beetle or the latest stuff to come out of Jim Lee's mouth?
Ooh,
who's Jim Lee?
I think you want the
artist.
Let's start with Jim Lee's mouth. We'll take Jim Lee's mouth for 20.
Yeah, pause that, bro.
That's true.
Jim Lee,
you over there taking Jim
the
Lee.
comic guy?
Yes.
You know what? Come on. Small, bro.
Pause. Jeez.
Give me Jim Lee's mouth.
Wow.
What you on, bro?
That did not come out right.
Pause that too, Lorena. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
I'll walk into that.
Here you go. I'm gonna assert my masculinity now.
I'm a man who discovered the wheel and built the Eiffel Tower out of metal and brawn. That's what kind of man I am.
Bro, you ever watch the outtakes for that?
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Some of them is in my clips
It's a
now,
beast,
but
man.
I'm not gonna subject Lorena to the.
Those
to the
outtakes are crazy. Will Ferrell is a monster.
DC president and publisher Jim Lee thinks addition of James Gunn and Peter Safran as head of DC Studios will renew interest in comic brand. Really? Oh, that's a bold statement. I wish I had that clip. Damn, that's a bold strategy, Captain. Let's see if
it's all for him.
Let's see if it works for him.
That's a wow. And he literally said that.
You know what's the problem? You know what's the problem with these comic book movies right now? Is that I'm going to say the thing. It's not fatigue. It's just bad. Really bad. Really the same formulaic. You know, I still say, I'm just going to beat the dead horse. Winter Soldier. That was, to me, that was peak. That was a comic book movie peak was Winter Soldier. Because it wasn't stupid. It had the action. Like, sure, you can have a funny moment in it, but superhero comic books, to me, when I read a comic book, I wasn't about laughing. I was about the story, the heroicism and stuff like that. It wasn't about me making jokes, funny. It's just like that's all these comic book movies are now. Or just they got to be jokey.
But I think you're absolutely right when you're saying that it's not about fatigue. I think that is an excuse that's being used because we will eagerly accept or sit and wait for a next novel or the next comic book to come out, right? Eagerly, we're waiting for these to be dropped, right? And that's us. Yes, we have the visual and the literal platform right in our hands, but we also want to see that on screen. So to say that there's fatigue, there's no fatigue for that. We're as eager for that visual representation on screen as we would be for that literal presentation, right? The problem is, as you said, that the delivery is not what it should be. The execution on screen is not what it should be. So I think it's very lazy to say that there's fatigue. There's no fatigue. Make your product better.
They keep changing up the characters. So I get a perfect example. I say Winter Soldier was the peak. But think about just the early MCU, just alone. When you look at those characters, you looked at Captain America, you looked at Thor, you looked at Iron Man, looked at the Hulk, even Black Widow. They look like they were ripped out of the comic books and put on the screen. Now everything looks so generic. They don't even look like what they're supposed to. Whether they're doing a swapping, gender swap, race swap, whatever. Like I want to see the character that was on the comic book put on the screen. That's all I want to see, and give me the story.
You asking a lot.
That's all.
But I mean, that's what would be successful, and that's that's what's they're not connecting those dots.
Exactly.
You know, you're changing what you're delivering one thing, right, through this medium, and then changing it and expecting people to receive it the same way. Yeah, and while I'm open to a remake, right, but give me the original first. Don't remake the first thing I see. I want to see that original. I don't want to see the first version a remake.
So here's a perfect example. I did not watch the Flash movie, right? Now the Flash movie is supposed to be loosely tied to Flashpoint. So the Flashpoint in the comics, if you want to see Flashpoints in the comics, the Flashpoint DC animated movie was basically ripped out of the comics and put on the cartoon, and it was dope.
Then the animated Flashpoint was better than the movie.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It was like it was ripped out of the comic and put on the animation. So for everybody who sit there and say, "Oh, you can't do that," yes, you can, because guess what? People, as much as popular as comic book movies are now, remember, comic book movies was really a niche. I mean, well, comic books, was more of a niche thing. So the people like myself or everybody on this panel who are maybe into comic books, we're gonna be the people who will be like, okay, I saw that. But the mainstream, who you want to hit, is not going to be the wiser if you literally rip the comic out and put it on the screen. They're not going to know the difference because they're normies. So the normies are eating up the nonsense. They're, oh, this is great. But by you getting a normie, sure. The normies are not going to stay there later, though. They're going to go pay their ticket one time and never buy anything else, right? You want the people who will, I don't know, buy your HasLab $500 Reaver lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get the people who will buy the $500 Reaver lightsaber. What happens? They get discontinued. That's why, because you're not giving to your core audience.
I mean, Jim Lee is, like I said, is probably one of the best artists, comics I've ever had. He's actually a good writer himself. He like I said, he came up in the ranks. I don't know that much about him, but from what I heard from other people, he's the man. Now maybe he's making a general statement or what have you, or maybe he's towing the line of the company. But as far as James Gunn is concerned, outside of the normies, whatever he's doing with this new reboot, well, like I said, he literally tried to troll paying customers, because he keeps forgetting that you want to be edgy, you want to troll the trolls, but you're ahead of a studio now, and you're going to try to put out a product that you want people to flock over, because the Snyder Man is a big shadow that eclipsed the entire company. Nothing was made ever since Justice League, or pretty much, his Justice League, or even Batman v Superman. Nothing that you made was of any consequence and did not make any money. And if the fans are clamoring for the Snyderverse to continue, or continue in those series of movies that made money and made a profit, but you decided that was not where you wanted to go. You hired James Gunn from Marvel because he came from Marvel to be your new Feige. And if you troll the potential paying customers and do all that, the goodwill that you want to build, you tossed it out the window. Plus the firing of Henry Cavill, long memories behind that.
and then you still continue to make statements that is either not true or is misleading. I like I said, his Guardians of the Galaxy was good. I like 1 and 2. I haven't watched 3. So outside of that, for me, myself personally, as a DC, hardcore, follower, but me and I know El Divino Vega that's in the chat. He knows, and Koj knows. We all came from the whole fandom. We labored hard for the Snyderverse. If it's going to happen, it has to happen on Netflix. If it don't happen on Netflix, then the game is over. But people are not going to pay money that you're going to tell us and just disrespect us as paying customers. Never mind what the ideology was when we tell you restore the Snyderverse. No, I'm going to do my own thing. Okay, well, we don't want what you're selling. We don't like your direction of what you're doing. So, and because you did and said certain things that you pissed off the fandom, that means the money is staying in our pocket, especially mine. And God be with you. So you have the normies to deal with. Superman Legacy.
Wait, didn't Zach say he can't wait to see the movie though? Zach himself said he can't wait to go see what is it, Blue Beetle with his family.
That was a meme. That was a meme.
That was not true. He didn't say that.
Not true at all. Like I said, people could do a lot with computers and put posters and then stay. Yeah. Like I said, technology's good, man. Good for trolling, But no, he didn't say none of these things. But at the very least, you have whatever audience that you could build with, James Gunn, Peter, San Fran. Do what you do and see where the chips were made. Now, there's another caveat to that. They got to sell. Warner Brothers Discovery is in the market like Disney. Somebody please buy us because we're bleeding money. We're in the red. The Warner Brothers is just like Disney, in the hardcore red. So you got to do whatever you possibly can to get out of that. And now there's, like I said, they're licensing their characters and stuff like that to other studios and such and so. And like I said, Netflix bought up a whole bunch of stuff from DC. So if that's the case, why not throw the Snyderverse down that ramp? You need money. You got to do what you got to do. But James Gunn got a little short window. He's got to hurry up and try to put together the Superman Legacy thing to get his universe started until.
And he can't do nothing, though.
He can't.
Now with the strike.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
They can't do nothing right now.
I forgot about the strike. Yeah.
All this stuff right now is a pipe dream, really.
So
yeah, everything's on hold.
Yes, and you don't even know how long that's going to be. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers can be bought by Comcast, Universal, or whoever. Whoever got more money, please save us. So I guess we'll see. But for Jim Lee to say the things that he said, well, we'll put a pin on that, young man, and we'll see what happens. Money talks, bullshit walks. Now I got Iger in my head right now. Oh, we're not going to discuss this. We're not discussing anything. Put the thing in.
Well, we can't. I can't really give you specifics right now.
I can't give you specifics. Iger is a class. Iger is a class in and of itself. Man, the sweating and the fear. The fear that the Ravens, the circling the carcass. It's crazy out there in Tinseltown. Don't make movies that don't make money, which goes back into Blue Beetle.
I was just about to say, I don't know. Look, I'm gonna go see it. This movie I will go see, and the only reason I'm going to see that because
I'm going tomorrow.
Is the only reason I'm going to go see that because I like what's his name, Zolo from
Zolo what's Macarena. The DCAU? Yeah.
What's that?
Killer said, "What's the DCAU?"
The DC,
I'm not a
animated. Yeah, DC animated universe.
Okay.
Yeah. If the WD adapted the DCAU, it would have been. Oh yeah, absolutely. All they had to do was do that. Was just do the animated universe.
Yep.
And by the way, you know, this is the thing I'm trying to say. When it comes to comic book movies in general, you're gonna have your normies and your general audience, and you're gonna have the people who are in this, right? That's really the people who are in the comic books is really a niche market. Now, granted, even though it's a niche market, it's a very big niche market because that's the reason why it needs to be it gets to be made because comic books was such a iconic formulaic process that it's been around since the 1930s, probably before that, right? So,
read it?
Yeah. So if they just did what was either in the comic books or in the animated versions, because even in the animated versions, they didn't have to do this whole. They actually did. They have a Justice League movie without having the Justice League, be put together like how Marvel did, which is why they say the Justice League failed. One of the reasons why. What did they say it failed for? Oh, it's because they tried to slap everybody together without having their introductory movies. You could have did that if you just had a better story. Like, who was they fighting in the Justice League? Who were they fighting?
That's a good.
They fought. Question. What's his name? Darkseid's nephew. His nephew.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. Yeah. Why could you give us somebody? You could have did Brainiac. You could have did anybody. You could have did somebody who was more like Steppenwolf. Is okay. I know who he is, but he's not somebody that. If you're gonna have the Justice League come out and just have everybody together one, at least put a big bad that everybody knows. You know what I'm saying?
Darkseid is universal.
Darkseid's universal. I know they probably didn't want to. Sure, you probably didn't want to go Darkseid first, but hey, do Darkseid. You can, because Darkseid technically can't be killed because he's a god. So you can have Darkseid come and just have him get thwarted.
Look how effective Thanos was during the Marvel Phase 1.
So we
just dropped the ball after all of that was over.
Yeah, but I don't know how this is going to work. The DCU that's going to work. I mean, I will say this: the person he hired for Superman and for Lois Lane, they looked the part. Let's just see if they can.
I mean, Fatal kind of signs off on the actors that may play it. You know what? I applaud them for even trying to do it, and it is a job. And I agree with Tracy. I don't know why they even hired him. I think he's going to destroy what's left. I totally agree. His sensibilities is Marvel, more or less. It's always been, like I said, it's going to be a Marvel feeling type film on a DC property, which is it's just going to feel weird. But the normies may jump on it, and that could be a plus. It's just a matter of how much staying power that movie will have. But tick tock, you got to try to hurry up before the property gets sold. Because if the property gets sold and they have different ideas on what they want to do, then that Superman movie is bye-bye, gone. We'll see you tomorrow.
What's his first project?
Superman Legacy is something.
That's gonna be the first one.
Who's doing Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle
is technically is a leftover.
It's a leftover, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, but get this. I don't even like this fucker. That's why I keep forgetting his name. James Gunn. He told the actor of Blue Beetle that if this becomes a big hit, then you're gonna be the focus.
He's lying to that poor kid.
I know he is. I know he is because on the caveat it says that if it doesn't do good, then we may have to switch gears. But don't do that to the young boy. You put so much.
Yeah, he can go back to Cobra Kai. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
But
as soon as the strike's over.
But here's the deal. My thing is like Blue, like I don't even understand why you would pick Blue Beetle from. You could have made him. You could have made him a Green Lantern rather than Blue Beetle. Because Green Lantern, you could make whoever. Because Green Lantern's police. They're technically the space police. So you can have anybody play a Green Lantern. You should have did something like that rather than Blue Beetle. Nobody knows who that is. That's like the niche of a niche character. Like it's like, why would you use that character now? I don't understand that.
Honestly, I know it's a bad take, but I don't think DC's got anything this movie worthy other than Batman. I'm going to say it. When I look at their characters and their villains and shit like that, keep them on cartoons. You know, you want to make some big screen, maybe animated movies, perhaps. You know, but they just don't have the substance. Like a lot of the Marvel characters have human frailties. You know what I mean? It's like when you talk about DC, you got Superman. He's super smart. He's super fast. He's super everything. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't take a lot of imagination with Superman. You know what I mean? Like there's just not a lot there, man. He's like an overgrown Boy Scout. Batman is the best you have because he's got those human frailties that I'm talking about. You know, he comes across in a way that's it could be relatable. What would you do in a situation, you know, with him? You know, you saw your parents go out this way and everything. Is very compelling. His rogue of enemies, you know, the villains, very compelling. But none of these characters, man, are really gonna like mess with Marvel characters to me. You know, so if they keep on trying to redo the Marvel formula, it's just not going to work, man. I know that Zach tried his best with Man of Steel. Like it was on the other day, I was watching it. I just couldn't get past when his father died. That was dumb to me.
Same.
Yeah, it was just dumb, bro. There's just no way. Like you're supposed to be relating to these characters. There is nobody anywhere who would stand still, knowing that they could save their parents from certain death and let it happen. It's just never going to happen, bro. Unless you just hate your parent. You know.
He's supposed to be faster than a speeding bullet. Like how would that be a problem for him not to just go so fast? Like can you see a bullet? Can you see a bullet? No.
Exactly.
How would that be?
He could even drop dude someplace else and came back, so nobody would have known.
And he's done it, and he's done it before. He's done it before, so it's just manufactured drama, and it doesn't ring true to me. So that's what they're really up against. You know,
Nas is tight because he loves that movie.
I
have
will-
the
I
answer
will-
for it, but
I
it's
will-
no point.
I will disagree with you on one thing about Superman, Mark. One thing, and I want to say it: Superman and Lois. That's a damn good show. That way, the way they portray Superman in there he's a damn good Superman. That's a damn good show.
Yeah, it's an exceptional show. But what they did with that is, you know, very intelligently. They gave him a great supporting cast, a great ensemble. You know, he's got to deal with family issues and everything. So it's not so much about the Superman aspect, although it is there. But most of the drama that you see on that show comes from other aspects of that story.
Well, that's why they have to do a Superman movie. They should do it like that. They're gonna.
But
have
is that
to.
going to play? Is that going to play on the big screen? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it will
play on the big screen. That type of story.
And I love
they're
that
not going to
show.
want to see Clark. They want to see Superman on the big screen.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I love that show.
But I see where he's going with it. So
yeah. So ultimately, I think that's what they're up against. I don't think that James Gunn. I know he knows how to make a entertaining movie. You know, I know he knows how to do that. We've seen it, but a whole universe entrusted to him. I don't know if he can pull that off, bro. You know what I mean? Not with those characters.
Not the way he's going now.
Unless he drastically changes them. And that's what I'm saying. That's when I have to call foul. Because now you're turning it into something it wasn't meant to be.
Facts.
Yeah, so, you know,
the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League really just sealed the deal. Nobody's not going to entertain anything other than his vision of it. Because as we may see with Blue Beetle, it's just going to look so jarring and so fake. You know, it's basically you're putting this young man to be the new Tony Stark, the DC Tony Stark with his Blue Beetle suit. And if people gravitate towards it like they did with Tony Stark, you know, then they may have a chance. Then you got to get your quote unquote Captain America and your quote unquote DC version of Black Widow. You're trying to make it, like I said, bootleg Avengers. I knew where James Gunn was going from the first. But
and to piggyback on that, Abu, I see what I didn't even think about that till you just said it. They are leaning towards that because they're making, and that's the problem. That's what I just said. They're making him goofy and funny. Like you could tell from the trailer, it's got too much jokes. I don't know how else to say it, but it's just like that's not what makes a comic book good. And you're taking what made comic books good and try to turn it to something that it isn't. And that's where the biggest flaw with all of this is. Like have a joke in there. You know, have a little something lighthearted. Even Spider-Man, which Spider-Man is my favorite character, as much as he clowned people when he was in the suit, right? He always used to talk smack to people. He had real world issues, and he had things that was, you know, darkness around him. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like everything can't be. Ha ha ha! Guess what? Here's my blaster. Ha ha ha! Yeah, ha ha! That's what it seems.
Not only
like.
that, D, but Spider-Man, his jokes a lot of times had a sense of purpose too. Sometimes he was trying to drive that guy crazy that he was fighting, so he would talk a lot of junk to him, and you know, we had the benefit of the thought bubble, and he'd be like, you know, that's it, Peter, keep on talking it up, even though he's getting a rib broken. He's still trying to drive this other guy crazy with the jokes, you know, teasing him and, you know, and all that stuff. But I just want to say, too, Star Wars Marvel Purist has a good point as far as the Pa Kent thing. He says it goes back to sticking to comic lore. Pa Kent dies of a heart attack, an uncontrollable situation that even someone as powerful as Superman can't do anything about.
And that's the lesson
right there.
that he was supposed
You know what I mean?
to learn.
Correct.
Yeah, now imagine how dramatic that would be. Once again, Lois and Clark touched on that this last season because they had Lois go through the cancer thing. And we had to see Clark Superman feel completely powerless. Those episodes actually tore me apart, bro. Watching him go through that, they played it so well. You know, and I know as somebody who's lost somebody close to him through cancer, you feel that helplessness. As strong as you are, as strong as you want to be, there's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? So that perfect. But what they did in the movies, BS.
Yeah. I will say that I did like the action part of Man of Steel, but I definitely see what a lot of people with that issue
I love Deadpool.
Deadpool is awesome.
With Superman and Pa Kent, that right there is definitely a big part. That and the fact that he kills Zod at the end, even though technically speaking, they put him in a Phantom Zone in the other in
true.
In the comic books, but yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Deadpool. But see, that's the thing. Deadpool is good for Deadpool. You can't make the entire universe Deadpool. You get what I'm saying? That's the problem.
That's why it was so popular, because it was like a one-off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like the crux of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
True indeed. And then on the other end of the spectrum, though, Batman kind of led to everybody wanting to be dark.
Yes.
You know, once the Dark Knight came, like every other character had to go dark, and you know, all the other titles had to do that too. They had to journey into the darkness. So there's got to be a balance, you know, because trying to make Superman brooding is not going to work either.
That's the problem with Hollywood, because they see something that's successful and then they say, "Oh, we got to do that. You got to keep doing that." That's not how it works. Because again, they went into a genre like comic books that has so much, is so diverse in its form of entertainment. It's not all dark and brooding. It's not all, you know, sunshine and rainbows. It's not, you know, it's a happy medium of a lot of things that make a comic book or a comic book series good. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know that again. Who was I was watching somebody today was talking about how, you know, Hollywood totally destroyed the Western. And they made it so that you can't even nobody could even put money on the Western now, because they drained it completely. And then now nobody does Westerns anymore. And that's what they're going to do with the superhero genre. They're going to drain it until it's totally destroyed. Then they're going to say, oh, wait a minute, what's hot now? Wait a minute, Mario did great. Barbie did great. Let's do toy movies and video game movies. Let's do that forever. And they're going to destroy that. That's what's going to end up happening.
And with that being said, let's get over to our last super chat before we end the
Charlie
night.
Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. Dwayne Sun, $9.99 super chat. Talofa fam, been a while. Just
What's
stopping
up?
in for a sec to say, hey, Prez, how's the book coming along? Alofa Tele, much love. My budding novel, which is called The Higher Powers, is coming along. Chapter 2, I had started off and I was on a roll, but then I realized something in chapter 1 that an idea came to my head that I needed a prologue.
Don't do that.
When I wrote the prologue,
bro. Write the goddamn book. Just go forward.
He about to pull. What's my man's name?
I'm telling you.
What's his name?
I'm telling you as somebody who has
R. Martin.
just write the book. There's always the opportunity to go back and then do the revision. But if you allow yourself to fall victim to and then going back, you will never finish it.
You know what?
Never
You're
finish
absolutely right. But no, I did the prologue. I did the prologue, and then I restarted the second chapter, which is going along even more smoothly now. It was just, like I said, something that came up in dialogue that needed to be explained, and I said, well, wait a minute, that's for the prologue, and the prologue is going to really actually be the focal, the first and the last point. And I didn't even think of it at that time. I mean, I probably was in my head, but the book is coming along. It's just that with work and this, that, whatever, and and being with my family in the Dark Council, that's why when I finally hang up my spurs at the end of this year with YouTube, I can.
Here we go.
No, it's
sure.
I can't right now. Callous.
Long goodbye.
Because now I gotta start bringing the collection plate. All right, whatever.
You have more final acts than Lord of the Rings, baby. Like another one.
Yo, Callous is stupid.
I know, Callous. Giving the homilies and everything. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I can't. I'm doing a Demogeny. I hate you all.
God.
I hate you all.
Yo, that was hilarious.
So,
Callous is stupid. Yo.
You know what? I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all. I really can't. But yeah, let's wrap this thing up. We had this has been a eye-opening in terms of knowledge. We had lots of laughs, but yeah, it is time for me to let's hit the happy trails. I love my crew. What a show! What a show! What a show! And now that we finally got, wait a minute. I'm gonna take a pause for the cause because I know Dark Council is just running out. Yeah, they got jokes. Everybody got jokes, but we don't like them. Never mind all of that. Okay, I'm the host. Let me get my words in. All right, now we will be back in 2 weeks, and I know hopefully it'll go by fast, just like it did the last 2 weeks. So. Everybody, you know what it is. Gotta, like I said, get your stuff and put them in the trash and fold up the chairs because it is time to go. And some of y'all gotta turn off the lights and let's get cozy. Yeah, y'all be ready to. Single people be like, gotta get some sleep, go to work tomorrow. Yeah, everybody gotta go to work tomorrow, including yours truly. So let's get this party. Let's end this party the way we started. All right, you ready? Let's do it. Yeah, a little bit more up tempo to end the night. I like to smooth it down when it end the night, but you know what? Let's get hype. Let's get right. Let's shut anything down. That's
insulting our intelligence when it comes to pop culture. Abracadabra, yes, Alakazar, supreme as a law going up Zanzibar. Dark Council is the Lord of the Rings, pop culture king who rules everything. Veterans in the game, here to bring the pain. It's a damn shame, none of them can really hang. You know that your haters is glad we out now, but 2 weeks later we gon' still move the crowd. Better get on the hype train and praise God. You wanna rock with us? Yes, you best get involved. If you don't accept it, son, you got to go. 4 or 5 and the hizzy and the world is so cold. We got more important things to do up in here. Teaching all the kids on how to be prepared to fly through the air, break these down. When we come back, yeah, we're here to take the crown. The Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and knock you out. Don't make me be that dad up in your house. Don't make me make love to your mommy, no doubt. Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and knock your ass out. Don't make me be that dad up in your house. Don't make love to your mommy, no doubt. Past, present, future, bow before the Lord. With the manifested and go heat up the call. Take the medication that I provide. You try to resist it, you gotta improvise. People in our chat better have a good time. Relaxing from the stress of all the damn grind. Going super chat if they were so inclined. Saying keep it real and always hold the line. Never fret, we keep these haters so stressed. To the break of dawn, that's how we gonna rep. Can't thank you enough for all your support. Dark Council comes through, we rolling like a boss. Gotta pay the cost to master the force. Don't count us out, cause we carry the torch. Magnificent 7 is about that love. The sandal gives to us, that's why we blaze it up. Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and your ass out. Don't make me be that dad up in your house. Don't make love to your mommy, no doubt. The Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and you out. Don't make me be that dad up in your house. Don't make love to your mommy, no doubt. Yeah, you know what's up. You get it out the way. Let's salute our people that's always here to stay. Ends justify the means, so keep it clean. So pristine when I'm with the dream team. Solar Ball, that name, yes, it's over there. Over here, holding it down, yes. Never fear, walk with a C. My bruh, the drunk 3, they got the keys. They give you all what you need. The Matcha 9 and my brother Fatal J. Go against them and there's a price you will pay. Lord Callus and me, the 1 ABUNAS, and I tell you who I be. Hold it down, the Dark Council's underground. Lorena Cree, oh, her wisdom is profound. Be easy, everybody, time to hit the streets. The council will be back with more tasty treats, but the Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and knock you out. Don't make me be that dad up in your house. Don't make me and make love to your mommy, no doubt. The Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and knock your ass out. Don't make me be that dad up in the house. Don't make love to your mommy, no doubt. The Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and knock your ass out. Don't make me. I'm in the house. Don't make me. Come on, girl, let's check you out. The Dark Council will be back again. Don't make me rough you up and knock your ass out. Don't make me be that dad up in your house. Don't make me and make love to your mommy, no doubt, like that. Oh, Timmy, your ass over here.
Yes, Mr. Abunas?
It's Daddy Abunas. Fuck is you doing? You ain't do your homework?
Well, I think.
Fuck in the room and do your homework, boy.
Don't hit him like that.
Calm down, girl. I'm gonna take care of you later. Haha, you see, El Presidente was doing God's work. Educating fuckboys acting like a jerk. Trolling all these clowns, put their face in the dirt. Reppin' Dark Council, the best on this earth. Hold it down, testify up in church. Yeah, true, he man masters the universe. You know you're an easy mark over here. My crew came down on hard, bitches running scared. Run your mouth reckless to the wrong dude. Don't us the lazy is to take you to school. See, your dumb kid got some goofy ass name. Don't complain when I send your ass up in flames. Nothing to gain to go into war with me. Understand, my man, your ass will rest in peace. Said what I said, that I roll with the dread. Going to your mouth, yeah, I loved it when you beg. Let's go. One more time. Slap your ass and hold the line. Do it. Ladies and gentlemen, this show was brought to you by the Good Tires of Goodrich. When you was making withdrawals from the bank illegally, when you had 7 baby mamas come up to you in the streets, when the IRS comes in with the SWAT team elite, Goodrich is the tires for you. And only. All right, y'all, let's get up out of here. Oh, man. Hope you all have a wonderful Thursday. And, and a wonderful weekend behind it. Salute to all the guys and gals in the chat. Y'all peoples are the real heroes, for real. Dark Council forever, baby. Never faded. Or we elevate.
That's right.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out here, hanging out with us. Steel Leg of History, 199 Super Chat. Be blessed, everyone. And that is the operative word. Every one of y'all that was in the chat, any one of y'all that comes in for the playback, be blessed and never be stressed.
Don't forget, hold on. Don't forget, Dark Council meetup, October 21st, New York City. If you're in the area, make sure you come hang out with us. Don't forget.
Be there or be square. We out.